Hello, so today my speech is going to be more like a puzzle or an adventure of sorts. So, as I said, it's going to be more of a puzzle, so I'm not going to tell you the country's name just yet. I'm going to instead list out the letters of the country and say what it symbolizes to me and the country itself. So the first letter. So the people of this country are known for their vibrant and diverse personalities that have been shaped by their culture and history and struggles and hardships. Their character is also described as being passionate, warm, and hospitable. At the same time, they are known for their resilience in the face of adversity and their unwavering determination to strive for peace and preserve their land and culture. Their power to stand in the face of adversity has inspired me and will continue to inspire me and others for a long time to come. A. In a way, you could call this place ancient. This place has been inhabited for thousands of years. This country has been ruled by different civilizations and empires throughout the years, from Egyptians to Persians to Ottomans to Romans and many more. In a way, you could call this place a home for all types of people. It has been a melting pot for different cultures and communities. L. Whenever I think of this country, I am reminded of the light at the end of the tunnel. Whenever I think about this country or someone mentions it, it can brighten my day up in an instant. But I also am reminded of the lively state of this country. People are always bustling about, trading goods in the market, and children are always playing games outside. And then families are also always gathering around to share meals with each other. Although they have faced many hardships and struggles, their spirit remains unbreakable. E. There's one thing whenever I go down to the country I can never forget to do. I think this one should be a bit obvious. Eating. Whenever I visit this country, it is essential to try out the different, various traditional foods in this country. From tabbouleh to idre to mansaf to knafe, I could just stand here and list out the different foods, and I could just stand here for an eternity, just, describing them and just becoming more hungry by the second. But also, I could go there and eat for an eternity. S. The fertile soil and crops of this land has been, the soil and the crops of this land have been a pride for this country's people. But the most important crop, I'd say, are the olive trees, because their olive oil is renowned for its quality and flavor. The olive trees are a symbol to the people's steadfastness in the face of adversity, because it is able to send down deep roots in a place where water is hard to come by. T. The traditions of this country are quite unique, as they have been passed down from generation to generation, as does any tradition. But one of the traditions I want to talk about today is the different styles of clothing. So one of the types of clothing is the thobe, which is a sort of dress for the women, and it's depending on the village you originate from, the embroidery is going to differ, but it's usually done with a red embroidery. And then there's also the traditional men's clothing, as I think you can see up here. This is usually meant for dancing, for the traditional dance dabka. But now I want to touch back on food for a bit. In one of the country's urban cities, where I'm from actually, there's this tradition that's been going on for thousands of years called Takiyat Ibrahim al-Khalil, where a couple people from the village, the people usually, change from time to time, but it's like a soup kitchen of sorts, where they gather around and they bring out these big pots and make food for the whole entire village and for anybody who wants food. And this is all done as a charity. And this just reminds me of the kindness of the people there. Especially in this holy month of Ramadan, where people are fasting there, they still gather around to cook food for the different people who need it. There are the big pots, yes. Okay, This country holds a special place in my heart, for it represents me, myself, and I. It has become part of my identity and will continue to influence me today, tomorrow, and forever. We're coming quite close to the end of our journey, and I'm sure you already guessed the name of this country. But there's just a couple more things I'd like to say. The people of this country have no limits to their creativity, kindness, and hope. And they will never stop being kind, and they have never backed down to say what is right. We will and we will continue to stand by what is right. So now we have come to the end of our journey or puzzle, and I'm sure you've already guessed the name of the country by now. It's Palestine, Philistine. I'd like to end the speech by just saying a known phrase, a known quote that's said to describe the Palestinians, and it's al-wujudu muqawama, existence is resistance. Thank you.